All right, so let's start by adding a background quickly. I'm going to add this background. I'm going to change its color to this blue tone, 0088B5 hex code. And I'm going to add the text. Go down here, press the artistic text tool, and I'm going to write the word pull up like this. And I'm going to change its font. I'm going to make it this font called the Mozilla headline, and I'm going to make it bold. It's a free Google font, so you can download it from the Google. And I'm going to center align it, and I'm going to center align it to the artboard. Once we center align to the artboard, hit apply. I'm going to change its size, and I'm going to make it somewhere around, let's say 125. You can still make it a little bit bigger and make it something like this, 128. You need to make it all caps. You can hold caps and simply type on it again. And I'm going to reduce its size just a tad bit, hold control, and simply pull it in from the corners. Now I'm going to change its color, and I'm going to match it to the background color. So I'm going to select it and choose the eyedropper tool, left click on it and drag it on the screen. And now I'll give it the blue color. It's completely the same color, so it's not visible. And since we want to make our text raised, let's begin our work, and that would allow you to see through this color even with the same background color. So for that, I'm going to go here on the right hand side and come down here in the layers menu where it says layer effect, and right on top we have the bevel and emboss. I'm going to push this aside, and when I click it, you would be able to see it. Right now it's on pillow. There are 4 options: the inner, the outer, the emboss, and the pillow. And if you want to understand them a little bit more, I'm going to zoom it in. So with the pillow, you can see it's kind of pressing in softly, just like with pillowed corners. And if you put it on inner, then the shadows you can see are on the inside. If you put to outer, you have the highlights and the shadows both outside the text. Now if you put to emboss, you would notice it's both on the inside and the outside as well. All right, so I'm gonna zoom out a bit so that you would be able to see it. Let me press Ctrl-0 to center it in. And while this bevel and emboss is already doing a good job of showing us the text that it's coming out of the surface nicely, there is always that we can do more to make it better, enhance the whole feel. And that is exactly what we're going to do. Improve this whole feel of bevel and emboss. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, of course, zoom it in so that you can see things closely. That would give you a better understanding and the perspective of what is really going on. So if we come here where we have bevel and emboss selected, we have these options here of radius and the depth, and we can see that radius and depth are linked, and we can break the link and we have separate radius and depth options. So what happens when we increase the radius? We can see that the both highlight and the shadow, they begin to spread out more and they get to become more blurrier, just like a gauze. And if I reduce the radius or sort of keep it here, and now when I decrease the depth, we can see it reduces the feeling of emboss. It feels that it's very little raised out of the surface on a low depth value. And with a high depth value, we can see it really coming out with these defined shapes coming out and showing us what this really is all about. And of course, when you soften it, it will get blurrier and give you this blurred image if that is what you want. And you of course have the ability to change the direction of the light and make it just the way you want. And you also have the highlight and their opacity levels and the colors that you can change along with the modes. There is quite a lot that we can do here, but I'm not going to do too much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the radius and depth. I'm going to keep the softening down to 0. So the first thing I'm going to try and see is where is that we can have a good amount of radius. Let's raise this depth a little bit. So what we want is that the depth should be higher without really affecting the radius too much, making it too blurrier. So I'm going to kind of keep it something, I think it's going to be fine here. And now let's work with the radius and let's see what can we do. We really want to have that feeling of depth to it. So I'm going to try and increase it a little bit more. And I think somewhere 1920, it should be fine. And you can, of course, increase it from here as well. That would happen in the clicks of 1 pixel. So I'm going to put in a little less than 20. Let's try 19.7. And I think this is fine. So we have this bit of raised surface that gives this nice bevel feel to it. And I'm not going to soften it so that we can see it nice and crisp. The direction, we are going to keep it just the way it is, but I do want to reduce the highlight and the shadow opacity and soften it a little bit more. And I'm going to bring it down to, let's say, 50% here, and also 50% on the shadows as well. And this gives us kind of a nice base of what we can do more with it. With the opacity reduced, we can see if the light is falling from this side, from this 45-degree angle. So this raised surface that we have now, this area should also receive light. And that is why we would need to enhance more effects here to give this feeling of light hitting right here and increase the value or the feeling of shadow on the area where there is no light. So that is exactly what we will do. And for that, I've accidentally moved the background. Let me just put it back here and let me just lock it here. All right, so we want to move it accidentally. So let's come back here to the text. So as I was saying, all we have to do is enhance more lighting here and the shadow here to give it a more appropriate bevel effect. And for that, we are going to add inner shadows that would increase the light on the inside here on the text, and also outer shadow that would hit on the surface just around here to give it a more lighting, a better lighting and shadow effect. All right, so let's start with adding the inner shadow. So I'm going to click on it and check it. And with the inner shadow highlighted, we have all the options here. We have the blend mode, which is multiply, which we should actually put back to normal, because if it's on multiply, the colors would add up and we won't be able to see the highlight or the white color that we want to add. And since it's going to be highlights, I'm going to change its color and I'm going to make it white. And now let's see what happens when we increase the radius. All right, so we can see it very clearly on the inside of the text, on the inside of these letters, there is a higher presence of white color. All right, and with the offset, we can see that the whiteness begins to pull inwards completely. And with the intensity, we can, of course, increase how true white it is or not. So this gives us this understanding of what we can do with it. So what we really want is that it should be just about here, where it hits the angled part of the corners of the letter. I'm going to zoom it in a bit more. So this angled portion, this is where we want the light to hit. All right, so this area where we have the bevel, not on this flat surface, but on this angled area. And for that, let's begin to work with this. And let me just reduce these values first, so that we can see it in real time. And I'm going to increase the radius slowly and make sure it kind of covers just enough area. And I think it should be somewhere around, I think let's just keep it here. And let's see what happens if we increase the offset. Yep. If we increase it a little bit more, you can see it begins to fill up that whole area. And we can keep it somewhere around here. And the intensity, let's see, how bright do we want the light to hit on the surface? And we really want it to get lit up. And I won't mind if I keep it around 60%. So this is good. So this whole corners is now nicely lit up. And now we're going to add another inner shadow. And this time we're going to make it black. And of course, since it has to be on this end, let's say if I move it, it has to be on this end. So for that, we need to change the angle, and we'll bring it completely opposite on this side now. So it's not visible on the bright side anymore. It's visible down here. And it's already looking fine because the bevel is pretty much similar. There are a few things that we can do. I can try to reduce the intensity since black itself is pretty dark. So I'm going to try and reduce the intensity here. So anything around 40% I think is good. And for the radius, I think it's fine. We can reduce again because black color is very strong. So I'm going to reduce it to somewhere at 6 something. I think this is fine about here. And for the offset, let's decrease it, and then slowly let's begin to add it. And I think it's going to be fine just about here. Okay. All right. So this is enough. So we can see that it's on that angled surface of the bevel and it looks nice. So we have the inner glows, inner shadows, the white and the black. And now we want that black shadow to appear on the surface as well as the highlight to appear on the surface as well. So for that, we're going to add an outer shadow. And let's come down here and click on the outer shadow. And again, we have all these values for us. I'm going to just reduce the inner shadow's opacity a little bit of the black color, somewhere around here. And for the outer shadow, again, change the mode to normal so that white color is nicely visible. And we want white color again for the outer shadow. And we're going to increase the radius and the offset. Okay, since it's coming downwards, we want to go upwards. So we're going to change the angle to bring it upwards. And of course, we have the intensity. Now let's bring it down and begin to set the outer as well. So the opacity is at 50% normal. I'm going to increase the radius, of course, so that we can see it. Let's just keep it here for the moment. And now let's try and set the offset. And we want the white color to come out. And just about here, I think should be fine. Let's keep it a little bit lower around here. Just around here, I think it's fine now. And the intensity, let's try and increase it a little bit. I think around this much is fine. Now let's one more outer shadow. I think this should be our last effect. And this has to be, of course, on this angle. And on the normal mode, the color has to be black. And now we can see the offset. Okay, we can keep it around here, the radius, and of course the intensity. Okay, so let's start with the radius. Let's try and increase it. I think around somewhere around here should be fine. Yep. And now for the offset, let's eyeball it, push it out, and let's just move it back in. I think around this should be fine. And let's increase the intensity a bit more, not too black. I think around here somewhere should be fine. All right, so these are the values. You can copy them. I did it on the roll, on the spot, so that you can see how in real time you make sense of all those things that are being added instead of just coming here and researching beforehand and completely entering the exact values, which won't really tell you what's happening under the surface. So I'm going to press this scale with object. So in case you move around the text and change its size, it begins to show up nicely with the change of size. So I'm going to zoom out, and now we can see it's a very strong kind of a bevel, because if I take away these effects, you can see it's very thin. So it's not that nice and strongly projecting itself outwards. With the black outer shadows, we have strong shadow portions, and with the white inner shadows, we have the strong highlights that we want. And with that, we have completed our tutorial on how to add bevel effect perfectly. And there's one last thing, because with all the highlight and the light falling on it, as the surface becomes raised, the text should look lighter than the background. So we can go here and just make it a tad bit lighter, something like this. This is too dark. This is too light. So you can pull it in somewhere around here. So I'm going to press undo to see the default value. Let me test it a little bit and see what's going to be the right color. All right, so I've changed the color and made it a little bit lighter. So if you can see here in the color wheel, it's right now at this value. And if I press undo, it will shift towards this right side, towards the darker zone. As you can see, this is the difference. So I've made it a little bit lighter. And with that, our effect is complete. Thank you so much for your time. I'll be back soon with another tutorial.